Layla, make sure you put y2 minus y1 on top. It should have been 11 minus 6 over -5 minus -3. And that makes it plus. So I agree with Lizzie. I probably would have put the negative on the bottom, but it's still the same answer. When you have a negative, you can put the negative on the 5, on the 2, or you can actually put it in the middle. As long as you only have one negative, you can put it anywhere you want. It's pretty cool. All right, today we're going to talk about unit rate. So, we're going to be finding the slope, but we've got to convert the slope into what is called the unit rate. And let's talk about the definition of the unit rate. The unit rate is where the second value of the slope must be 1. Must be the number 1. Underline 1. So, let's look at these two slopes from the warm-up. The first slope was 5 over, can y'all not read?
4.
5 over,
4.
Is that a unit rate?
No.
Why not?
Because it's not 1.
Good. Which number has to be 1? The top number or the bottom number? Good. Isn't the bottom number the second value in the slope? 5 over 4. According to this definition, the second value of the slope must be the number 1. Can anybody help me convert this to a unit rate? It is the correct slope, but it is not written as a unit rate. How can we rewrite this as a unit rate? You might want to pick up your calculator. It'll help. Does anybody know what the unit rate is? What are you thinking, Bella?
1.25.
Over?
1.
Yep. How did you get that?
You have to divide, because 4 divided by 4 is 1, and you have to divide 5 divided by 4.
Yeah, all you got to do to convert any slope that is not a unit rate into a unit rate is just divide 5 by 4. The calculator will tell you it's 1.25. Are you with me? And then you just put 1.25 over 1. Now, it's a unit rate. Okay, and do not do that unless the homework tells you to do the unit rate. Does that make sense? Normally, if I say find the slope, leave it like this. But if they do say the slope as the unit rate, then you would divide that and put 1.25 over 1. All right, let's look at number 2. Is it a unit rate?
No.
No? How can we convert it? Divide. What is the unit rate then?
Negative 2.5 over 1.
Negative 2.5 over 1. There's the unit rate. There is the same slope, just written as the slope. So be careful on the homework. Make sure you're answering what they want you to answer. Does that make sense? Put that up. That's good. All right. So, today on the homework, they may ask for the slope. They may ask for the slope written as the unit rate. Are you with me? Good. Let's look at some problems. What if they give me a table? Let's go with 3, 6, 9, 12. Let's go with 17. And 29. So on the homework, they may give you a table. Write that table in your notes. And they may ask you to find the slope written as a unit rate. Ooh. Let's find the slope first. Madison, how do I find the slope for a table? I can't hear you, sweetie. What?
You have to add 21 and 17.
Don't add them. No. We got to find out the change in
Y.
over the change in.
X.
So if we want to find out how much the y's are changing from 17 to 21, what do we do, man? No. You got to subtract them. What's 21 minus 17? 4. What's 25 minus 21?
4.
What's 29 minus 25?
4.
So what is my change in y? 4. Let's find the change in x. How do we find that, Keandra? What do we do? We don't add. If you're finding the change, don't ever add. If you add, 3 plus 6 is 9. It is not changing by 9, people. Not even close to 9. What do we do? Subtract. What's 6 minus 3?
3.
By the way, look at this formula here. What sign is in between the numbers? You do y2 minus y1. There ain't no plus in here. Are you with me? The formula is y2 minus y1. It didn't say add. We ain't adding nothing. What's 9 minus 6?
3.
What's 12 minus 9?
3.
Got it. So what is my change in x, Ethan? Is that the correct slope? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Is it written as a unit rate?
No.
No, let's make it be written as a unit rate. Type it in, Lily, and tell me what the unit rate would be.
1.3.
Over
1.
1.33 over 1. And it's a repeating decimal, so you need to put a line there. So here would be the unit rate. 1.33 every 1x. Every time x goes up 1, the y goes up 1.333. Questions so far? Let's do another one. Let's do a word problem. Let's say that Coach Murphree can walk 1 mile, no, let's go 2 miles in, let's go 22 minutes. No, yeah, 22 minutes. I can walk 2 miles in 22 minutes. They may ask us to find the unit rate. Somebody tell me how we might be able to figure out the unit rate. We got a couple of options here. Okay.
Divided by 2.
What do you mean? Divide what by 2?
22 and 2.
Okay. This is the y. This is the x. If we divide 22 by 2, what do we get? 11 over.
1.
Is that the unit rate?
Yes.
11 what? 11 what? 11 dogs barking? 11 minutes. 1 what? Good. When you convert the unit rate, you need to label what it is. It's 11 minutes. I go 1 mile. So the unit rate tells me my miles per hour in this problem. Or actually my miles per minute. Okay. So I can go 1 mile in 11 minutes. Questions so far? All right, let's keep going. Let's say that the dog barks. Let's use what we got, people. You know what I mean? The dog barks 17 times in 30 seconds. $17 times in 30 seconds. So let's convert this to a unit rate. Now, a unit rate is usually involving a what? What was the definition? There's got to be a 1 in there somewhere. Are you with me? And it needs to be the second number. Are you with me? So the dog is barking 17 times in 30 seconds. How many 30 seconds are there in a minute?
2.
There's 2 of them. Y'all agree? Y'all agree with her?
Yes.
So couldn't we just multiply this number times,
60.
not times 60?
2.
She just said times 2. There's 30 seconds in a minute. So if I multiply this times 2, don't we get 1 minute? What do we need to do the 17? Multiply it times 2. What's 17 times 2? 34. So how many times does the dog bark in 1 minute?
34 times.
So we could convert this to 34 barks in 1 minute. Are y'all with me? And we could time it out to see if I was accurate or not, but let's not waste a minute. Let's just go with it. Okay, that could be the unit rate, 34 barks in 1 minute, because I can easily turn 30 seconds into a number 1. Does that make sense? Are you with it? Don't try to multiply times 60 and all that. That makes this problem hard. Are you with me? 30 times 2 makes a minute. 1 minute will be our unit rate number. All right? What if they give me a graph? And it's not going up by ones. It's going up by 2s. Let's make it go up by 5s over here. All right, let's say we got a point here, we got a point here, and we got a point, ooh, I'll move that over just a hair. There. Let's say they give me this graph and ask me to find the slope as a unit rate. What can we do to find the slope first? Layla? Yep. Which points do you want to use, Layla? You can pick any 2 you like.
5 and 15.
This one? Or this one and this one?
Yeah.
All right. So how much does this graph rise from there to there? 10. Y'all agree with a rise of 10?
Yes.
I do too. How much does it run from here to here?
2.
Not 2.
4.
How much is each square worth? 2. So how many squares did it go?
3.
I don't see 3. 3 is way over here. It doesn't go that far.
2.
It goes over 2 squares, so how much did it run? 4. It goes from 0 to 4. That's a run of 4. Run of 4. So the rise was 10. The run is 4. Reduce that. What is 10 divided by 4? Hit math. Enter. Enter. What does it reduce to? No. 5 over 2 is what it reduces to. Now, is that slope a unit rate?
No.
Let's make it a unit rate. So reduce it even further. Hit 5 divided by 2. And what do we get? 2.5 over 1. And let's say I label the graph like this. Minutes and, I don't know, calories. So tell me about that slope. 2.5 what? Is it 2.5 minutes? Or is it 2.5 calories?
Calories.
It's 2.5 calories every 1 minute. So as you get the unit rate, they usually want you to break it down and tell it what it means. In this problem, if this was my graph, this means I'm eating 2.5 calories every 1 minute. Does that make sense? Any questions on unit rate? They're actually quite simple because they're related to the slope. You got to be able to find the right slope first. Sometimes the slope is already the unit rate. Sometimes you have to divide the slope to get the unit rate. Does that make sense? All right, you're ready for the homework.